Hello everyone, this is Diane. As I mentioned yesterday in a video where I listed a couple of handmade items, I was going to try to get some fall and Christmas items listed. I like to start my Christmas journals in October, so I figured I better get some of these Christmas items into the shop in case you want to start making your journals in October also. I'm going to start with the fall, which is just a couple of ideals books with fall images. But I figured since I was going to list these two fall books, I might as well list the rest of my ideals books. And I just got a bundle of, I think it was 6. I think I said 7 in the video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there were 6 in that binder, not 7. And then I had 2 from a previous flea market jaunt. So I have 8 ideals books in my shop. So the fall ones, this one is called Memory, and it has gorgeous, gorgeous mums on the front. Doesn't the coloration of this just look like a 50s image? That's because it is. This is 1959. And these are in pretty good condition considering they're from the 50s. Look at that. That's so beautiful. So this one is called Memories. There's a drop-down box. There's one listing for the ideals, and there's a drop-down box for you to select. I love the feel of these papers. They're slightly textured and really gorgeous images, and it's a matte paper, so they're great for using in junk journals unless you want to just keep these. A lot of people just love to keep them. And look at them. Look at that cute picture. So there's poems and writing along with the gorgeous images. And this book has some bridal images in it too. They're just beautiful. This is so pretty. Of course, I love pink and turquoise together. Pink and mint green, pink and turquoise. And this one has the envelope attached at the back. You would tear that out, fill out your order, fold it up, include your check, seal it, and mail it. So that one, some of them, that envelope was torn out, but it's intact in some of them. This one is called Homespun, and it has this pretty scene with this really lovely home and a little pond or creek with a bridge over it. Smoke coming out of the chimney. There's the back. The spine on this one is a little bit rougher. You can see there the cover is starting to come off. And oh, the cover is bent right there. There's a kitty licking its paws at in that cozy parlor, and there's grapevine wreath there. Look at this picture. I love that picture. This poem is called I Like Barns. How can you not like barns? I had many, many happy hours playing in our barn. I was quite brave in my barn. I was a very timid child, and I'm still pretty timid. But I had 2 older brothers, and I had to kind of do what they did in order to play with them. And so I climbed up and walked on the rafters. Scared me to death, but I did it. And here, the envelope is gone, but it's got this extra page in the back advertising upcoming Ideals issues. Ideals is still published. It's published by itself. It's Ideals Incorporated, Ideals Publishing. And I looked on Amazon. I just Googled Ideals magazine, and it took me to a link on Amazon, and they had the Easter 2020 issue. So I'm assuming they're still being published, just in case you wanted to know. All right, so I'm sorry, that one was called Homespun. We had Memory and Homespun. This one is Hometown, and it has pansies on the front. I'm going to go a little faster now because I have other things to show too. But you get the idea of the kind of things that you find in these. And this is 1960. This was the newest one of the batch of 6 that came in that binder this week. All the rest of them were in the 50s. But, I mean, 1960 is just out of the 50s, of course. There's lots of these purple-toned drawings in this one. There's some scripture. You could take this out and frame it. You could frame that, too. Or fold them and put them into a beautiful junk journal. This one is a poem called The Butterfly's Ball, and it has lots of little animal and insect images dancing and playing instruments and having a party. There's a frog sitting on a toadstool. Look at this little girl kissing the baby chicks. And this one does have the envelope. This one is called Woodland, and it has just really beautiful, look at that, woodland images in it. And animals. Those are beautiful. Poems. How pretty. There's lots of frameable pictures in these books. Travel has a beautiful clipper ship on the front. This one is 1954. So there's a lot of summertime pictures in here. Oh, somebody tore a page out of this one. And this one is called Sweetheart, and it has some Valentine images in it. They're not all Valentine images. Look how pretty that is. How pretty that is. Just a sheet of vintage notebook paper in there. This one is 1954. Aw. And that one has the envelope. Now these two I got at on a different day, and they're a little newer, but they're in worse shape. So this one, you can see it's coming, the covers are coming off. But if we're going to cut these up, that doesn't matter, and the cover is damaged there, and it's damaged. It's just got some damage. But if you're going to cut it up, that won't matter. It's got this really colorful picture of a man from Central America, and there's some llamas back there. This beautiful poncho. Oh, South America. It's Peru. Sorry. 1958. Oh, so it's not newer. I think the other one might be a little newer. This one's called Adventure. Looks like it's has a big section about Peru with lots of those kinds of images. Look at that one. And it has the envelope. And lastly, we have this one called Home. And you can see the cover is damaged. The little glass slipper there, that's cute. That's a beautiful picture on the back. And the plastic coating is peeling loose on this. The spine is in better shape than the other one. This one is 1965. So it's still pretty vintage. The scripture there. It's a poem about the orchard. Beautiful picture there. Ooh. Yeah. Cherries. This book has wonderful fruit pictures in it. Water lilies, that's pretty. Gladiola. No envelope here, but some images of upcoming issues. I bet that was a pretty one, To the Bride. So those are the 8 Ideals books that I have in my shop. Now on to the Christmas things. I got that stack of fabric circles and rectangles, and I just pulled out the plaid rectangles because they look very Christmassy, and I divided them evenly among 7 piles. So I have 7 of these sets, and there are 15 plaid pieces, and I did measure them, and I have the measurement in the listing. I was thinking 5.5. I think it's about 5.5 by 8.5. So there are 15 plaid pieces, and then there was a piece of cream colored fabric in between each plaid, and I just left them there. So you get 15 plaid and 15 of the cream color pieces that are there. And so you get several different designs, colors. So there's the red and green, and you get more of that one than the others because there were more of those. Like I said, I just divided them evenly among the stacks. So you get some of those, and you get these red with some green, and this one with red and green and cream, and this one is just blue and green, but it still looks Christmassy. So some of them you get 3 of, maybe some you only get 2 of. I don't know. This one has more. I think maybe this one you only get 2 of that one, and then you get quite a few of this one. So it's a total of 15 plaid pieces and 15 cream. So that's a good size stack of fabric right there. And there are 7 of those bundles. There's only one of these. It is for the beautiful Christmas apron. I washed it and I ironed it, and it's a sheer cotton fabric with beautiful poinsettias on it. I'm sure this was a hostess apron, not used for cooking. I didn't see any stains on it, and it's got one cute pocket. So I ironed everything, and of course it'll be wrinkled again when it gets to you, but not as bad as it was when I took it out of the dryer. So along with the apron, I just put a couple of other pieces that I didn't really know what to do with. So one of them is this linen piece that has a painted Santa. I do not know how old it is. I don't think it's extremely old because of the style of the painting. It reminds me of the 80s or 90s, but I really don't know. And I think it was manufactured. It's not like hand painted. But it's really cute. See the bunny in his arms? So it's not a complete piece. The top part is torn off, but it would make a really pretty journal cover. And these are really nice pieces of linen. Just the right weight. And also I had a couple pieces of leftover red lace. Two different styles. This is from a doily. It's like half a doily, and this is a lace piece. So I thought they would be nice for Christmas projects. So those are the pieces you get in the Christmas apron bundle. Then we have the Christmas cantatas. I got 4 Christmas cantatas earlier this week, and so I'm selling them in sets of 2. A Christmas cantata, if you don't know, is a long piece of music. The ones that we used to do in church, I played the piano for many, many cantatas, and they were songs put together that told a cohesive story, and there was narration in between. So that's what a cantata is. This says a choral choir cantata for mixed voices. This is called The Music of Christmas, and this one is 1937. So these are pretty old. So they do show a lot of wear and tear, but you're probably going to just want them for the pages, which are really nice. They're a good weight. They're matte. I think you can fold them. Yeah, you can fold them without them cracking. And they do have, this is from Handel's Messiah. He shall feed his flock. Good Tidings. And Even Unto Bethlehem, a Christmas choir cantata for mixed voices by Ira B. Wilson. They're both by the same man. And this is 1952. The second set has The Babe of Bethlehem and The Dawn of Christmas. Let's look at this one first. It's in really rough shape. Look at that gorgeous cellophane tape on it, though. The cover is pretty cool. I don't know what kind of paper that is, but it's really nice. It has a parchment look to it. Was that glued to it? Maybe. I think maybe they glued this piece to it to kind of help hold it in place. And the date on this is 1923. But the pages are in decent shape. And then this one is called The Babe of Bethlehem, a Christmas cantata portraying the Nativity with text from the Scriptures. This one was 23. This one is 32. It has Roman numerals, but it's 32. And these are in separate listings. And a lot of you expressed interest in these large Christmas books. They're kind of like ideals with gorgeous imagery, but they're bigger. I didn't measure it, but I'd say it's at least 15 inches by maybe about 12. But this one, these are all in one listing in my shop, and this one is called the title is Gold Frame. This one I called Stained Glass, and this one I called Winter Scene or Snow Scene, one or the other. So the gold frame one, and they all have have at least one cardstock piece. I think they have more than one that are blank on the back, and I think they're for removing and hanging. So this is beautiful illuminated scripture, Isaiah 9:6, and it's dated 1966. These look like 1966 art pieces, and they really are art pieces. They're gorgeous. There's a Jerusalem creche made and dressed by Arab refugees. So this article has different styles of nativities. This one is a Hummel set. And here's another of the cardstock pieces. This is when the angel came to Mary. The Annunciation. And then it has things about different parts of the world, Christmas customs. So there's Norway, Switzerland, England, Denmark. Love this picture. Sweden and France. And then we have Christmas music. It's a beautiful book. This one is the stained glass one. The spine is worn. This corner is almost torn off. And this, I think, came with somebody's record set of the Messiah, but I'm going to leave it in there. Isn't that beautiful? I think this one is 1950. Yes, 1950. Candles for Christmas. There's some work by Albert Dürer. Piece of art. Christmas in the City, Once Upon a Time. Being the sequel to Christmas in the Country. Sweden, England, they're the same countries, but it was years apart. I think they're maybe talking about the candles still. Bavaria, France, maybe not, this one doesn't have any candles. Poland, Norway, America. And then we have the music. And cardstock piece. This reminds me of the oil paintings my mother used to do, the paint by number ones. Remember the paint by numbers? And then lastly we have the winter scene or snow scene. I can't remember what I called it in the listing because I already listed them, but the listing isn't live until this video goes live. This one is 1942. Look at that. It is beautiful. And this is the music to The Friendly Beasts. This is the heavy piece. Here's another heavy piece. I'm going to try to get the video of the Christmas kits in here, so stay tuned for that. These are just beautiful music. I think it would be really hard to actually play that music because of the way the notes are. It'd be hard to read them, but it's like art. It's beautiful. Bells for Remembrance. A Yorkshire Christmas. Those are really fantastic books. All right, I have 4 journal kits. I don't have Mickey's Christmas Carol with me. I just got the book Mickey's Christmas Carol. So one of the journal kits is going to come with this book. So the journal kits are going to be in one listing with a drop-down box, and the drop-down box will allow you to choose a book title. And then the book title will the book will go into a box and get shipped to you. So this one is called Twas the Night Before Christmas. It's a larger one featuring a Coca-Cola Santa tribute. I really wanted to make a journal out of this. It's just too adorable. I have the playing cards with that on it. They're beautiful pages. Oh, now that I'm looking at it, I want to keep it. See how cute they are? But I'm going to let you make a journal out of it. Okay, so that'll go in one. Another one is the Christmas Story, and it's a little golden book. And it's the Eloise Wilkin illustrations. And then the 12 Days of Christmas. This is a newer one, but the illustrations are adorable. This is 1983. And these are all books I wanted to make journals out of, but I can't do them all. And then I got the little golden book of Mickey's Christmas Carol, and I don't have that here with me. It's still with my recent haul, I guess. So those are the 4 titles. So I'm going to go through one of the boxes, and you can see I have to go through 2 of them because one of them is different, very different. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. This is the one that's different, I believe. No, it's not. So I was going to list the fabrics and the journal kits separately, but the weight of them would require priority or the flat rate mailing. So these are US only, I'm sorry to say. So I figured I might as well put them together and put them in this box, which is, oh, I think it's about $18 to ship this. Is it that? I think so. But it's cheaper than mailing them separately. So you get everything in one kit. So let me just tell you what's in the kits. You get a pile of fabric. So this was going to be a separate fabric bundle. There's some of the red lace. Pretty good size piece here. So you can cut that into small pieces and use it. This gorgeous piece of sweet Christmas fabric. Gingerbread, cocoa. It's really cute. This is just a piece that came off of came off a Christmas print, and yeah, you get pieces of it in here, so we'll get to more of that. It's got red and gold colors in it. There's snowman flannel. Got 2 little pieces of that. Part of a poinsettia tablecloth, vintage. This red fabric, nice quality, and it's vintage. These are not very old, and they're just smaller pieces of Christmas fabrics. There's red stripes, green stripes, red dots, and green dots. So those are really fun prints. This is from a vintage tablecloth. It had ornaments on it, and I've used that for several years now. To tell you the truth, I'm destashing a lot of this Christmas stuff because I'm tired of using it. I've had so much, and I just use a little bit each year, and then I have it for next year. Well, I'm tired. I want to move on to other stuff, so I'm sharing it so you guys can use it. And these are from a beautiful fabric with these square designs on them. This is from a tablecloth. I had tons of that. Well, this one is a newer piece. I just got this year at a flea market, and it was a tree skirt. So there was a tree skirt that was pieced but not finished, and then there were pieces for another tree skirt. So each kit is going to have a section of the pieced tree skirt with all 3 colors of fabric, and then they will get one of the pieces that were cut but not pieced of each color, and they are printed. And there's another little piece of red fabric and some fabric strips, and the strips will vary. There will be some variations, slight variations in the various kits, but they're all pretty much the same. So in addition to the fabric, you will get an envelope of paper ephemera. See, I was going to just send this as one bundle, but it weighed about a pound, and so that shoots the price right up. So that's why I decided to just put everything together and put it all in one box. So you get a few pieces of 12 by 12 paper, and they're folded so that they fit. And the papers vary from kit to kit, so it looks like there's 4 pages in the kit. So basically, this is a kit, but you'll have to add paper if you want to use scrapbook paper, because there's only 4 pages, but there's all kinds of other paper in here. There's some doilies, so these have poinsettias on them. Little pieces. This bag has some playing cards and postcards and things like that in it. So there's open house card, a party invitation, these little candy wrappers with holly on them. Get a bunch of those. Some snowman playing cards. Really adorable. Some recipe cards. These came with this, which came with something else I'm going to show you. This came out of a book. Some coasters, some vintage gift tags that came out of a book. Those are all gift tags. And just little images that I had cut apart from different journal kit paper pads. This is from Graphic 45, Nutcracker Suite, and I had made a little booklet out of it, and you can have it. These were cut from old greeting cards. I found them at a flea market, cut just like this. Someone was making their own gift tags out of greeting cards. So these are really fun. Actually, I didn't get them at a flea market. Someone sent them to me in a Happy Mail, and I used a bunch of them last year. And I still have some to use. Just all kinds of miscellaneous pieces. I'm not going to put them all back because I still have to photograph these kits. There's bits of napkins. Some of them are partially used, but lots to use on them still. There's another card. And I got these vintage bags this year at a flea market, and I kept a few, but I'm sharing the rest. These are just little sacks made out of Christmas printed paper. How do you open that? I am not sure how that works. It's all tied shut. I guess if you wanted to use it as a sack, you'd have to cut those threads so that you could put something in it. I thought it would open and then, oh, you can. I was trying to separate, there's 2 layers there. I was trying to separate them. So there you go. You get a little sack there, and you actually get another one. This one's a little wider. These vary from kit to kit. There were different patterns and different sizes. You get several of these, well, a couple of these big Santa Claus shopping list. There's another open house invitation. Christmas card. Not sure how it works, but there you go. Some note paper that has Christmas designs on it. Recipe cards. Vintage Christmas cards. Beautiful. Parchment. And the cards vary in the different kits. I had purchased a package of these fabric pieces from my friend Leslie from her shop, the Vintage Paper Emporium. And it was quite a big bundle of these. So someone took the time to iron them to something. It's got something on the back here. The paper comes off, and it's got something on the back that you could iron it to something. So they had done that and fussy cut them all out. So the hard work is done. So you can either iron them to something or glue them to something. So there's a white poinsettia there and this little Christmas stocking. So on a lot of them the paper is just coming off, but it does have the iron-on. Maybe some of the pieces don't have the iron-on part to them, but most of them do. There's some Christmas seals, parts of Christmas cards, more of those recipe cards. Just some scraps of cardstock that I've used in the last few years for journals, so you can make ephemera with those. I'm tired of these papers. I want something new. I don't think I'm going to make as many Christmas journals this year as I have. Some pages from a book, and of course all the kits have different pages. Some gigantic gold doily. I think there's only one here. Yep. You could cut that up and use pieces of it, and then there's a smaller one that you could actually put into a signature. Now these are the things that came with the gold ties and the recipe cards. I believe that you were to put a gift in there or some food or something and then wrap it around. Can't really do it while it's empty. And then tie it in a bundle. I think you get what I'm trying to do. It's not cooperating. But I thought we could have fun playing with these in our journals, and there are 3 of them in your kit. There are many different kinds of the stationery paper that you put in your computer for printing. So your Christmas newsletters. But I like to fold them up and use them as pages in my journal. So you get quite a few of them. These are some examples of the designs that you would find. So, quite a few. And then some pages out of various books. These were books from Saturday Evening Post. It was one of their, I think they put one out every year, and it just has pages from their old issues for remembrance sake. So it's not old. It's a few years old, but these are reproductions. And then this is from a book of Christmas carols. This is from another, oh, this is Christmas with Norman Rockwell from that book. This is just a red flyleaf from a Christmas book that you could use as a page. And then in each kit, just to help fill it in, it doesn't add to the weight or to the cost, I put in a winterish craft book. So they have sweaters and things. They're not specifically Christmas, but I had the books, I had the space in the box, so I put them in. So you can do what you want with that. Then there are also 3 little bags. So this bag has some playing cards. It has jingle bells, buttons, little wooden stars. It has some beads. I'll show you the cards. They're the Santa, Coca-Cola Santa ones. Here's that one. Oh. They're all the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. And this, I had a baggie full of, and these are vintage, these sequins in gold stars and all different shapes, and there were some white buttons in there. It was just kind of a mix of stuff. I got it at a yard sale, and I've used pieces of it, but for these kits, I just kind of grabbed handfuls and put them in the bags. So you just got a mix of whatever I picked up. So it's lots of stuff in there. And then in this, there are ribbons, rickrack. I love that silver star. And there's some gold and cream eyelash trim. There's some plaid bias tape. So you get these 3 baggies. You get this larger baggie with cards and things in it. And the paper stuff with doilies and note paper and napkins and these fun sacks and the fabric. That's a lot in a Christmas bundle. Plus you will get a book cover. Now I want to show you, I think what I'm going to have to do is pick a book cover to go with the odd pack, because there is an odd bundle. So there are 3 bundles that are pretty much like this one. And I think it might be this one. Yeah, this is the odd one. So this was, I just started making this with leftover pieces after I put together the 3, and then I still had stuff left. So this is odd stuff. So this one has 2 of the fall and winter vintage needlecraft magazines. There's Good Housekeeping Needlecraft and Modern Needlecraft. As far as the fabric goes, there's a piece of red lace. There's the gingerbread piece. There's this piece. This had, it was attached to a black snowman print. So there wasn't any of that in that bundle I showed you, but it must be in some of the others. The snowman flannel, the tablecloth. This was a leftover piece of the tablecloth. Red fabric, some of these stripes and polka dots. This is a piece that did have the ornaments on it. This piece doesn't have any ornaments. There's that little piece and those. This is from an old tablecloth. It was just a huge piece of fabric. I sold pieces of this fabric in bundles for a couple of years. The tree skirt. These are the tree skirt pieces. Some red fabric and some strips. So I think I had 4 fabric bundles. So because this is pretty much like the other bundle that I showed. But I had 4 fabric bundles, and then I just decided to add them to the kits. I think this is the odd one. Well, let's look inside here. Yeah. This one doesn't have the scrapbook paper, but it does have a lot of the computer paper, the printer paper, just like the other pack did. It has some doilies and some of those things to wrap around a gift. This came out of something. There's a magazine for Needlecraft for today, and it is a Christmas issue. There is the bag of various playing cards and the candy wrappers and cupcake wrappers. There's some stencil pieces, Christmas stencil pieces. This little notepad with a Santa on the front. It's just white paper inside. And then some cards, vintage cards. Beautiful. And many of the cards that were in the other, there's another vintage stencil. Recipe cards. This came out of a book. There's an envelope with Christmas postage pictured on it. Some snowman playing cards. Some of those shopping lists, and some, just a couple napkins in this one. These envelopes with the dog and the card that match. And leftover envelopes. I think all the kids have some envelopes from Christmas cards. And then I'm going to put this in there. This glitter, red glitter. And I don't know if it has the same amount of these pieces. It might, because I think that was part of the fabric bundle. But it also has the same baggies of goodies. So I think that I need to pick a cover that will go with this. Since it's different from the others. So I think I'm going to put this one with it because that's different too. It's big. So 'Twas the Night Before Christmas will go. So this will be a separate listing, I think. Okay? I'm sorry if that was confusing. So then the Christmas Story and the 12 Days of Christmas and Mickey's Christmas Carol will be the 3 choices for the other journal kits. That's what I have for you. I gotta go before my camera shuts off. I know this was a long video. I have a lot of stuff to put in my shop. So I hope you found something that you would like, and I will link the shop below. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.